What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Got the MMX 12 out, guys, and we're making some changes to it. I've taken out the Mamba Monster X 6S. Not sure what car this will go back into, but I can put the fan and everything back on it, hopefully. And she's still good. I got the Mamba Monster X 8S here. I took the harness off the 6S because I've shortened it and everything, and I'm putting it in here with the sensor wire. For those of you who don't know, they share a harness, so it's the exact same wiring harness on the 6S and the 8S. They do change out. Getting these plugs in here is a whole nother story if you have the lid on, but we'll get it. We'll get it. So I think I figured out a way to mount this dude where you shouldn't have too much trouble getting the body on. One of the things that I did, if you guys can see, I took this front body mount and I turned it around 180 degrees and then put it back on. If you tighten it up just enough to where it gets in that little groove in the center of the diff housing, it locks itself in there. And then I just punched another hole right forward of the hole that was in it. And when I tag this dude down, when I put it in, like so, guys, that gives me just enough room to put it in there. I'll still be able to get the body clip on, and the Mamba Monster X 8S is in it. So, and when I tape it down, it pulls the back of the body down. So it'll be just like it was with the Mamba Monster 6. But I am working on a way to mount this ESC a little bit firmer. It's not a cheap ESC, so I don't want to destroy it. But I think I'm gonna take a piece of plexiglass and screw it to this center brace after I get it bent in an L shape, and then that'll rest on this side over here on the other side of the servo, and just give it a solid place where it's not flopping around, and then I can solid mount it to the plexiglass. Other than that, guys, I think she'll be ready to get back out on the road once I get all that worked out. Still be censored, and then I'm almost certain that this ESC can handle this little motor. So my other thing is I've got some wire on order. I don't know the gauge of the wire that's on it, guys, but it appears to be probably, I know it's 12 gauge, so I could go up to 10 gauge. I don't know if I could get 8 gauge safely soldered on here. I know that Raz did it. I was talking to somebody on that the other day in the comments, and I've gotten better at soldering, but I don't know if I want to get into that yet. I'm going to see how these do. I've got 10 gauge laying around. I could try the 10 gauge and then, of course, shorten them up. They're pretty short now, guys, compared to what they come if you've ever bought a Castle motor. This bottom one is A. Middle one is always B, and then we got C. So I could shorten them a little bit, but I don't know that it would really make a huge difference in the way that it is running. Maybe it would, I don't know. Once I get this wiring figured out, guys, so that I can get the lid back on, screwed back down, get all the sensors plugged in, she'll be ready to make a rip. I probably won't be able to get it out, take it for a rip till Wednesday, probably. Wednesday or Thursday if it don't rain. It's been raining. Rained a little bit yesterday, rained this afternoon and tonight. But thank you, Jesus, because look at all the pollen, guys. I've wiped this desk off, and the pollen just keeps coming back. It's really bad here. So, but anyway, I don't think I need really to do anything else. I did, my center brace came loose a little bit on one side. And guys, this back slipper clutch deal here. Once I took off the spring and all that other stuff, I've got it spaced pretty good. But if anything's loose here and this thing is wobbling up and down, your gear is also moving. So you want to make sure that it's in there, that bearing is solid, and it doesn't come out of there and cause that shaft or any of that to move, because when it moves, your spur gear also moves, and that'll cause you some serious problems, guys. So keep an eye on that, make sure that stays tight. I know some of you guys have a drive shaft that goes all the way through now, so probably less of a worry for you guys. I don't have that, so I got to keep an eye on that drive shaft, make sure it's not wobbling all over the place. Seems to be pretty good right now. Other than that, guys, car's really stayed the same since when I first put the mama in there, and it lifted a couple times. You know, did a wheelie, stood up. It didn't crash. I don't think I've crashed it yet. It doesn't, which is very surprising because I crash everything. I'll probably crash this on the next outing just because I said something. But yeah, guys, it's very impressive little car. I know a lot of you guys have had problems with the diffs and the gears, and I've really just had zero issues with any of that stuff. Most of my issues have just been with the electronics and things like that. Just basic setup shocks. She sits fairly low in the front, almost level as far as the arms go in the back. So pretty solid, guys, pretty solid. It's a good little platform. I don't own any of the other cars. I know Paul is an LC guy and a WL guy, and I don't have any of those cars to compare the build quality on this one compared to those. So those of you guys that know, you know, I guess, but I don't know. So, you know, this one with the carbon fiber chassis, carbon fiber shock towers, it's a pretty stout little car. I do wish there was a better motor mount system for it, especially for the bigger motor that adjusts like the one that came in it, you know, like the Armas and stuff. But I've done some looking online. I think I found one. I might spend a few dollars at some point to see if it's what I think it is. I'm excited. She's gonna rip. She's gonna rip. 107 on the Mamba Monster 6. I'm gonna put this 8S in, which we know can handle a whole lot more amps than that little 6S. We'll get it out there and we'll get it ripping, guys. So stay tuned for the next. Oh, and speaking of ripping, guys, H&W Racing Channel, they're going to be having a speed contest coming up, I think, starting in June 1st to July 31st, with the Felony. Now, they invited me to run in it. I haven't made a decision yet because we've got 4 boys coming up. I'm in a deal with Brent and Paul with the Boomerang. We've got this going on. This takes up a lot of time, guys, and I work a full-time job also on top of it. So, and it takes up even more time for Paul. So hopefully everybody knows how much time Paul's putting into it. I put in a lot on my days off and on my spare time with trying to get prizes, and Paul and I talk back and forth a lot. I'm still working on some other stuff, and hopefully Radio Link might hop on with us. We don't know yet, but it is a lot of work that you know, and Paul and I, we're not paid YouTubers, so and everything that we've done out of our pockets, with the exception of the sponsors that we've got to come on board. So thank you to all those guys. Thanks, Paul. Thank you to you guys for participating. We wouldn't be doing it without you guys. Anybody who has a felony, hop in. He's offering $1,000 US to the winner, guys, on their speed contest. And I don't have one, but fairly cheaply I could probably convert my limit list temporarily to a felony and participate. I've never had a felony. I know the rear diff is different. I think they're saying stock tires, so stock felony tires, which I've also had really bad luck with. I had them on my Typhon originally in the very beginning. I could show you, I still have some of the blown tires. I really don't want to wreck the Limitless. I've got a lot of money tied up in that thing. So, but guys, if you've got a infraction, or you have a Limitless, and you want to spend the few dollars on Jenny's RC that it would cost to convert it over, hop in there, guys. $1,000. I think they only have 6 people. On the last video I watched, 6 people in their contest. So hop over, check them out, give them a subscribe. Give everybody a subscribe, guys. Just hop over to Paul's website. He's got a link in his videos on the left of on the standings where the channel names are. Just click on there, subscribe. I've subscribed to everybody, and periodically I'll go back through there and double check because Paul add people and I don't know about it. But yeah, subscribe to everybody, guys. That's what we're here for. That's why we started it. That's what we'd like to see you guys do. Paul was saying also, and when I look at the Sailor Boys channel, they've got 20 subscribers, and I know that we've got 40 plus people in the contest. So if everybody hops over and subscribes to the Sailor Boys, you've doubled their channel size. So I'm sure that will be very much appreciated by them. I would appreciate it. Paul would appreciate it. But yeah, guys, I mean, I can remember joking with my son when I had 25 subscribers, and one of them was in another country, and I said I'm world famous, and we were joking about it. And you know, not that my channel's huge, but you know, it's over 1250-ish, I think. So it's just crazy where it went, and I was never expecting it. I thought it'd take forever to get to 100. So, and I'm blabbing and blabbing, guys. I got a energy drink, and it's late, so I just keep talking. But anyhow, guys, I think this is going to work out. I think the Mamba Monster 8 is going to be what lives in it. I did order a Fat Bodies guide. I think it's Fat Bodies Buggy Body. I believe it's called the Jackhammer. Hopefully that will be here this week, and we can try it on for size, see how it works. This one is going to work, but I think the Fat Bodies one is going to give us a little bit more room up here in this area. So this one is still feeling a little forced, but it's, you know, once we get it on there and get it taped, battery in it, I think it'll be good. I think it will be good, guys. Guys, if you're subscribed, thank you so much. If you're not, think about hitting that subscribe button down there, guys. Leave us a like, leave us a comment. If you have one of these 112 buggies or a 114th buggy, feel free to hop in, guys. The contest goes all year long. We're happy to have you. All you got to do is be able to post a video and have some sort of way of tracking your speed, GPS, GNSS. Some guys are using the bicycle speedometers or GPSs, which I don't have proof of it, guys, but I could run down and buy one. But this is always going to track your speed. It's accurate to whatever it is. It's tracked by 12 satellites. Those other bicycle type GPSs don't ping the satellites near as fast as this does. So this is always going to record probably a faster speed than your other GPS. Now, secondly, this doesn't just record your speed for a speed run. It records, it's like a draggy, if anybody's into drag racing or anything like that. So you can do quarter mile, you can use it as a height if you wanted to, you were jumping or in your airplane, or, you know, altimeter, I guess I'd call it. It does a lot of things besides just GPS, track your speed. So it's and it's extremely tough, guys. This thing is, I've said it in video after video, but this thing has hit my truck twice at nearly 100 miles an hour. It's crashed into telephone poles. It's crashed into mailbox posts doing 90-something miles an hour. It's been in the water. It's been down the road, bounced down the road. I mean, it nearly caught on fire with the wires on the motor over there. It's been through the ringer, guys, and it just keeps on working. It amazes me how tough this thing is. So if you're worried about having a piece of equipment that, for most people, you know, it's not cheap. It's 69 bucks or something like that. But I've crashed it into everything you can think of over the last 2 years, and it still keeps going. So don't be afraid to spend the money on it, because it's one of the toughest pieces of equipment I've ever owned in my life. And that's saying something. So anyway, guys, I think I've blabbed long enough. I don't even know how, it's 20 minutes of me just talking nonsense about nothing, really, I think. Anyway, guys, as always, hope you all enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.